people of this country.
Riding through the jungle with my M16. I'm a mean motor scooter, I'm a U.S. Marine. I'm a mean motor scooter, I'm a U.S. Marine.
Every Saturday morning in Miami and 18 other cities, boys ages 9 through 15 play soldier. They call themselves the Young Marines. Others call them babies in boot camp. It is a private organization strictly for fun, but no one would mistake it for Little League.
Square it off, cover it up. Cover it up.
A record 212,000 high school students are enrolled in junior ROTC. Demand is so high that 250 schools are waiting in line for the program.
When you're a kid, you liked all this stuff like marching around and yes sir and salutes and everything, so it's nice.
I like the fact that we got to mess around with guns and stuff like that.
After years of ridicule or worse in the wake of Vietnam, a uniform once again is socially acceptable on most high school and college campuses. In high schools, military recruiters are back in the classrooms and attracting more and better recruits. 9 out of 10 new Army enlistees are high school graduates, and the number of students signed up to enter as soon as they graduate has doubled in the last 2 years. In colleges, all but a handful of schools which threw ROTC off campus in the turbulent 60s and early 70s have reinstated the program. And overall, ROTC enrollment is the highest it's been since World War II. Although the difficult job market is a factor, students say there is a more important reason for the resurrection of the military.
And I think wearing the uniform is saying publicly what you think. It's taking a stand and saying, well, this is what I believe in, and I'm proud of that.
It gives me a chance to serve my country.
Although no one is knocking patriotism, some educators and parents are concerned that patriotism could give way to militarism. They complain that this generation has only the faintest notion of the bitter controversy over Vietnam and is being manipulated by ads so slick they sell the Army like soda pop.
The horrors of war, forget it. You'll never find them in Army advertisements. It's almost the one word they don't mention.
I think the advertising people will tell you to accentuate the positive, won't they? If you have to go to war, you go to war.
To combat what they called selective historical amnesia, 2 high school history teachers created a book jacket as an alternative to one placed in their school by the National Guard. Instead of guardsmen jumping from a helicopter and saving a child, they showed a military funeral and guardsmen firing on students at Kent State University during the 1970 Vietnam War protest. But many students aren't quite sure what happened at Kent State.
They wouldn't let the 8 black students into the school.
I don't know the exact. I don't know.
Protesters were protesting the Cambodian incursion, and National Guardsmen were forced to injure a few of them because of their violence.
In fact, the protesters were unarmed, and 4 of them died. Most students today view Vietnam as ancient history. They have a vague impression that something went wrong, but say other events have had far more impact.
The talk now isn't of Vietnam, it's of nuclear arms and Soviet oppression and how to combat that.
I think in the 80s we're realizing that, yeah, we can love everybody, but everybody doesn't love us. And if they don't love us, I think we should do something about them.
Those who've enlisted or enrolled in ROTC say they know they may have to fight.
I've made the decision that I'm willing to lay down my life if necessary. When I put on the uniform, that was a decision that I made.
The philosopher Santayana said those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. They hope Santayana was wrong. Lisa Myers, NBC News, Boston.